Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. I am hiding up in our bedroom from my children. Let me know how things are going with you guys. It's so crazy to talk to people and see kind of what stage they're in with this whole coronavirus thing. I was on spring break. If you didn't know this, I'm a speech pathologist for Millard Public Schools. We were on spring break this week, and our plan is to do distance learning indefinitely. So they have not given us a time limit, just to be ready to do therapy via Skype, Zoom, all kinds of stuff starting next week. So I've been kind of getting ready for that. I went to my school today, which was incredibly depressing, super dark, super empty. I took a couple totes with me and just started dumping therapy materials, anything that I think I would need to work and provide services from home for the rest of the school year, because that's kind of what we have to be prepared for. But today's topic is very appropriate for right now because it's all about emotional support. So I've already talked a little bit about 3 oils that I really love for emotional support. Lavender, which is a single, that's just lavender. Frankincense, just frankincense. And then Stress Away, I mentioned before, is a blend, which means it has many oils in it that have a lot of science behind them when it comes to oils. So I already touched on this, but I want to touch on it again because a lot of people will use the phrase like, well, I don't believe in oils. They're plants and it's just straight up science, you guys. So I started using oils for emotions. I had pretty good postpartum depression with Dawson, my youngest. I also deal with anxiety during different seasons of life. So if it's kind of a harder season of life, a more stressful time, I'll get kind of a little bit more anxious. So I started using oils to support emotions. The thing I love about oils, you guys, is you can keep doing everything you're already doing. So if you take medication for emotions, you can keep doing that, and oils are just an additional support. So when I started taking oils, I was on a medication for anxiety. What I really loved about oils, and this, like, if this doesn't apply to you guys, that's okay. You might even just find it interesting, or it might help a loved one or someone you know that's kind of dealing with this. But when you take a medication for anxiety or depression or whatnot, you take 1 pill a day. It kind of helps balance the chemicals in the brain that deal with emotions, and you kind of just have to hope that that will help you through the day. What I love about oils is when I started using oils, I was on a medication for anxiety. And what I loved about oils is I could take my medication in the morning to help just me calm the F down. But what I really loved is if there were those times throughout the day where I needed extra support. So I'm going into a hard meeting with a parent that I know is not very nice and isn't going to be very nice. I'm getting home from work, and the first half hour I get home, kids want a snack and you're trying to make dinner, and they want to watch a show, and the dog wants to be let outside, and all kinds of things are happening at once. I can use oils to get me through those times. I can put them on proactively, so even before I walk in the door to come home, I can put on some Stress Away and really inhale. I can be diffusing things, but that's what I love about oils is, other than that, you don't have like different supports to use during the day, and with oils you have that. So I talked about 3 that I really like already. Those are very grounding. So lavender is very earthy smelling. It does not smell like baby lotion Johnson fake lavender. Frankincense is also very earthy. It comes from Oman. Our frankincense farm is actually in the land of where it started. The frankincense you hear about with Jesus in the Bible, that is where it's grown. And then Stress Away is a blend of different oils. They're all very grounding and earthy. Let's talk about uplifting though, because a lot of people are already getting kind of down in the dumps when it comes to social isolation, when it comes to not knowing when this is all going to end, when it comes to what am I going to do all day long. This is kind of relaxing now. I can watch movies, I can do whatnot on my own time, but pretty soon I'm going to start missing people. I'm going to start feeling down in the dumps. Citrus oils are amazing support for uplifting. So think grapefruit, lime, tangerine, lemon. They are going to do the opposite. So the other ones that were grounding or calm you in those times of heightenedness. I don't know if heightenedness is a word, but these are going to do the opposite. They are going to be very uplifting in those times of feeling very down. A couple other ones I want to mention that I really, really love. My favorite of all time is Valor. This is a blend of oils that are very grounding. The oils, when I say blend, it means there's more than one in there. So it has blue tansy, frankincense, geranium. The big one that you're gonna smell a lot in here is black spruce. So it smells, I don't want to say like a men's cologne, but it's kind of a tree smell. It's very earthy. This is my godsend. Whenever I start to feel anxious, I put this on before, like I said, before I go into a hard meeting. When I just start to feel myself get a little bit out of control, I huff it from the bottle, I put it on topically, I diffuse it, all the things. The other one I really, really like is Peace and Calming. It's just what it says, to calm down. I love this one a lot for my kids. I like to put it on before bedtime, but I like it for my kids during those times when they're tantrumy or fighting a lot, or they just need, or big emotions. My oldest Lennox can, I don't know what it is, she cries at like the drop of a hat lately. You look at her the wrong way and it hurts her feelings. So actually, I'm gonna put this down. This one I actually made into my own roller bottle. So that I could roll it right on her during those times I need her to calm down. So most of the time I'll put oils in a roller like this. I'll combine them in a roller. This is one of Dawson's sleep rollers. And then you just pop the top on. They also make these things called roller fitments where you can pop it right onto a bottle and it makes your bottle into a roller, which is really cool. So I don't want to go too long. I'm already at about 6.5, 7 minutes. But I didn't want to be too light with this subject because this is very much needed right now, guys. I cannot tell you how helpful it is when you're stuck at home to be diffusing emotional support oils. I cannot tell you how helpful it has been to diffuse oils that are very uplifting and heighten your focus when you're trying to work at home. I don't know what I would be doing, guys, right now at home if I didn't have these oils, whether it's for emotional support, whether it's diffusing lemon and peppermint as like a pick-me-up in the afternoon so I can keep working. The list kind of goes on, but lots of science behind how these work in the brain, how they work with your limbic system, how they really signal your body to decrease your breathing, decrease your heart rate, or do the opposite. It's absolutely insane how aromatherapy can change your mood like that. So think about even when you go home and you smell something like your mom's laundry that reminds you of childhood, and all of a sudden you get those ooey gooey feelings. Or I think about, like, I have a friend that a significant other passed away not that long ago, and she can smell like an old t-shirt and it automatically brings on the tears. It's so crazy how our olfactory system is so linked to emotions. So we can harness that and use it in a good way. So if you guys have questions, please let me know. This has got to be by far the topic I'm most passionate about when it comes to oils. I take that back. I'm passionate about all of it, but it's how I got started. So I've done lots of research. I was a skeptic, but they worked, guys. They really worked. So let me know if you have questions about that. Today was kind of a longer post, but I hope you know that anything I'm sending to you, watch it on your own time, guys. Give yourself grace during this time. And please, I know texting class, you kind of get all the info and you don't necessarily need to communicate back to me. But if you have questions, please text me back. It's not just a one-way street. So let me know and have a great night, you guys.